Yes, people's Keisha Prince. Today we're talking about the cone of learning. This is a very important subject which we're going to touch base with to hopefully that you can develop and understand how important it is for you to be an IQ athlete. Now, before we talk about the cone of learning, I've got to break down to you the brain and how it works. The brain is broken up into three parts: the left side, the right side, and the subconscious side, okay, which is in the middle. The left side is usually the logic, English, math, science, shapes, etc. The logic side of the brain, reasoning. The right side is the creative. It's the, imaginative side of the brain. And then you've got the subconscious, which is, it teaches you in a situation either to freeze, to flight, or to fight. And so in incorporating all three at once, this is where a lot of you hear players saying that, oh, your scientists have said that this player or this athlete is in autopilot mode. It's because they've got all three of the brain working in conjunction together. So I'll give you someone who is more logic and not creative. It's someone who's like, okay, I should play, like I'm on a wing, I should really pass back because it's on. But someone that is a very creative, this is where I'm talking about. Flair is not a skill, that is a mindset. It's somebody who's really right-sided dominant, is where the brain is saying to them, just be creative, use your imagination, you can use the skill to beat them. And the subconscious mind is saying, yeah, fight, do it, you know what I mean? And the logic is very quiet, because if the logic is loud, then it'll say it doesn't make sense, because if you do that skill, then 50% of it may work, 50% of it may not work. So in saying that, you got to understand what sort of person are you. Are you a person who is more right-sided, where you're very creative, or are you a person that's left-sided, that's very logic? And is your subconscious in the realm where it's more freeze, more fight or flight? And in doing so, you probably see where your paradox and where you can develop and where you can grow as a professional footballer or an athlete, where you're trying to become. So it's very important you need to do this, because based on each position, I believe that each one will play a big part. So for example, if you're a centre back, you more likely will be more logic based. If you are in a lot of creative positions like winger, striker, you should be more right side dominant. You need to have imagination and creative. If you're an attacking midfielder, you need to be more imaginative, but with a bit of logic. If you're more of a DM person that needs to be keeping the ball ticking and over, then you more likely will be more logic based, because you're basing everything on systems and strategies, etc. You're not going to be really creative. You will use creative, but you're more logic based. And in your subconscious mind, you need to be able to be at the highest level, need to be able to fight. Flight and freeze cannot be anything at the top. If you have that, then you're going to struggle to play. So looking at these areas of your brain will determine where you need to work on. And each position requires a side of your brain to be more dominant. The next class I want to talk about is going to be the cone of learning, which there's 12 phases in which you and I are able to develop and grow the best and easiest way.